Welcome to Drawing Jarvis. My name is Jarvis, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about what inspires me to draw. Now, this goes back a long time to when I was about 5 years old. I was living out in Indonesia with my father because my father's work took us out there. We was actually going to live out there permanently, but all of that cut short. I was playing Crash Bandicoot one day, and I was blasting away at this game. You know how we young kids, PlayStation 1, the grey box and all of that, just blasting out Crash Bandicoot for a long time. And then I remember pausing the game and trying to draw it. And I was trying so hard and I couldn't get his nose right. I couldn't get Crash Bandicoot's nose right. And it just, the proportions and how it looks just wouldn't fit. I was just trying so hard. I remember getting really upset about it. And I took it over to my dad. I said, "Daddy, whatever, can you draw this for me?" And I remember he drew it, and I watched him draw every single line, like my life depended on it. And I just watched how amazingly it just came out. He copied from the Crash Bandicoot the case, PlayStation 1, the little square thing, and he copied it. And I went off and I'd come back and check, is it done yet? And I went off, come back, and I came back and I remember seeing it when it was done. I was in complete awe. I looked at this thing and I thought, my gosh, this is the holy grail of art. And I remember that was the feeling. I didn't think those words, but that was the feeling. I looked at this thing and my dad had done such an incredible job. And I was looking at it and then I started copying that. And I copied it. And eventually I must have got that right, and it just evolved into growing more of the things that I like. I'm pretty sure most artists start off like that. You draw the things you like. It was Spider-Man, there was a little bit of X-Men, so I drew a bit of Wolverine, just run around the house with the little knives out. Dangerous kid I was. Spider-Man, I really got into the Spider-Man thing. I remember being in my back garden thinking, I'm going to climb this wall today. I really want to climb this wall. But I remember drawing all of that stuff. And I've just drawn it. And, inspired means in spirit. And when I was drawing those things, I was in a completely different world. It just took me beyond myself, and eventually this evolved into drawing cars. So I drew cars. And then what happened was I diverted away from music. Not from music, from art, and I went into music. And I started producing music. I didn't know who I was. Even though the drawing was presenting itself to me, I didn't know who I was. So I grasped onto music production, and I really went into that. And then it just became a toxic relationship with the music where I was just trying to be like the best music producer, and I wasn't being open to it. You can hear that noise, that's my dog drinking water. I wasn't allowing myself just to create, and that caused a lot of pain and suffering for myself internally, a lot of depression, all that kind of stuff, because I was thinking, what am I here to do? And only in the past year have I gotten back into drawing. The start of this year was really like the mark of it, where in January I got into it, drawing patterns and shapes. That's what I'm inspired by. I'm inspired by shapes. And there's one thing which has always stuck with me throughout my lifetime. I've got photographic memory. Many artists, actually, not few, many artists will have something similar. By photographic memory, what I mean is, if I go somewhere, anywhere in the world, and it's somewhere new, I'm able to find my way back through seeing objects in certain shapes. The most obscure things just seem to attract me to stay in my imagination. And after all those years of copying things that I draw, I still do a bit of copying now, because I want to improve, and there's a quality that I'm trying to reach for. But I think after all of that merging and mutations of things in the brain, it's started to come out now with shapes, which you can go and have a look at on the Drawing Jarvis Facebook page. But that's what inspires me, and I think this past few months, from January to now, it's August now, I don't know when you watch this, but 2016, I started this in January 2016, taking it more seriously. And the improvement has just been incredible, but I think it's down to realising who you are. And sometimes it's staring you right in the face, you just disregard it because society puts like a mask on everybody and they expect people to do what everybody else is doing and get a normal job. And I always said to myself when I was younger, I don't want to work a normal job. I want to do what I love. I mean, that's the sort of mantra I say to myself nowadays. It's like, I want to do what I love. And what inspires me is nature, high states of consciousness. So I do a lot of meditation, and I see a lot of images when I close my eyes before bed and when I meditate. That inspires me. Mystery inspires my creativity. My drawing is very intuitive, and I just start off with a scribble. I'll show you in a video in the future how I start my drawings. But yeah, that's just a little bit about what inspires me. Love and excitement and joy. Because I don't believe that art has to be like this kind of, a lot of people say you have to suffer to create, and some artists that may work, but I think that constricts the flow for me. That's really what inspires me. What do I want to communicate with my art? I want to communicate love and freedom. And so when you look at these great pieces of art that I create, if for one moment you transcend everything and you just become everything whilst looking at my drawing, then its work is done. And that's sort of what I try to achieve in every drawing. I'm aiming for the better. I want to produce great artwork because there's no point producing anything else. I believe everybody has the potential for greatness, because we are greatness in its essence. And if whatever we're going to do that we really love, then do it with intense love and aim for the better, not the best. Do you know what I mean? And one thing I've learned is that on this path, it's very difficult because the world of money and material can try and corrupt you sometimes, and you'll be doing things for the motive of money or something. But every time I just come back, and realise that I'm doing this because I'm meant to create great art. Any artist out there who's watching this, any creative, if you have an idea, you're meant to bring greatness into this world, for change, or to inspire the imagination, or to transcend somebody's personal experience. That's a gift. Like a song can take you somewhere else, and that's a gift to feel that. And a piece of artwork can absorb you for what feels like a limitless amount of time. And that's what I really want to achieve with this. But with these YouTube videos, I want to talk to you about these things, about things that inspire us, whatever comes to mind. But I also want to show you how to draw. So I'm going to show you some videos of how I start drawing, or how we can take one thing and bring them to, I'll come up with those as we go along. But yeah, just to let you know that I'm grateful that you watched this video. Like and subscribe, because I'm going to be here for a while. I'm going to be doing this for a long time, as long as the internet lasts, until I breathe my last breath. Because this is what I love. I want to share something genuine, just awesomeness, creativity, mystery, higher consciousness, doing what you love. Yeah, that's what I'm here to do for you guys anyway. But yeah, like and subscribe. I've put my Facebook and Instagram link in the description. Click on those, check out my artwork. But there's always going to be great stuff on there, so check in every now and then. My name's Jarvis, and this is Drawing Jarvis. Thank you. Peace.